Hi, good afternoon. My name is Ray Ladiva, and today I'd like to talk to you about how to turn your email database into a six-figure campaign without a sales team using storytelling, social proof, upfront value, and an irresistible offer to make sales today, build trust with your email database, with your list, so that you make sales in the future. Now, why is this important? Because as you know, filling discovery events with Google ads, Facebook ads, YouTube ads, sending emails to paid lists, it's really hard and expensive. And if you're doing everything right, then only 40% of the people that have registered for the event are going to attend. And again, if you're doing everything right, then only 20% or maybe 30% are going to buy. So that means that 92% of your leads don't buy. So the question that I have is, what do you do with these leads? Of the 60% of people that registered but didn't attend the event, do you give them to your sales team? And does your sales team close them? Do they upsell to what you were going to upsell them at the event? Or do they just try and rebook them onto the event that they didn't attend? Because I know what a fruitless waste of time rebookers are. I know that rebookers absolutely kill your attendance rate, because guess what? They registered for an event before and didn't attend. So what are they going to do now? They're going to register for the event and not attend. So what happens to your attendance rate? It drops to single digits. Maybe it drops to 10, 18%, yeah? But it just kills your attendance rate. So what else could you do? Because one of the things that people will say is, yeah, but I'm always building my list and the money's in the list. And that's true if you know how to turn your list into six-figure campaigns. So when I talk about six-figure campaigns, I'm talking about a 23-day campaign. And here's the good news. Only 11 days is the selling part. So there's lots and lots of upfront value to earn people's trust, get them excited about the opportunity that you're going to share with them, and then you're giving them the opportunity to buy. So how do you do this? How do you take an email database and turn it into a six-figure campaign and then run multiple campaigns to create a seven-figure income? Well, this is what it looks like. Let me just put it so you can see it. This is what it looks like. So this is what we're talking about. So as you'll see, there's two distinct parts. There's the blue part and there's the green part. So the blue part, there's four dots. So what are the four dots? There's 4 videos and ebooks. So what do the 4 videos say? The 4 videos are getting people excited about your opportunity. So you're explaining what is the opportunity, why it's important to them, yeah, why they should care about it right now, and what they need to do to seize the opportunity. Now, so you're not talking about exactly the how-to steps, but it's just the big picture of what it is and what they need to do. So if, it's a business opportunity and they need to quit their job, sell their house, and risk everything, guess what? Most people aren't going to take you up on that offer. But if you're saying, here's how you can invest in property with none of your own money and, one day, giving up one day of your weekend, lots of people are going to be interested. Lots of people are going to want to know more. So that gets them excited about the opportunity that you're talking about. That builds the value. So what comes next? Well, next is the 11 days sales sequence. So everything that you can see in green. So it starts with registering people for a webinar. So this, if you like, the bridge between the value sequence and the sales sequence is a webinar, or registration for a webinar. And a webinar is, guess what? More upfront value. And the webinar itself is a value-based sales tool. So yes, you will be giving people the opportunity to buy, but you're also giving people the opportunity to join you live so you can answer their questions, so you can explain the opportunity again, so that you can tell your story, so that they know who you are, why they should trust you, and what makes you different. And of course, the most important buying question, why they should buy from you over anyone else or doing nothing. So once you've answered all of those things, guess what? Some of them will say, yep, I absolutely want to take you up on this. I want to change my life. How do I go about doing it? Yeah. So you'll make some sales. So what happens next? The next day, you send people to a long copy sales page. So what is a long copy sales page? It's one of those pages that's anywhere from 4,000 to 10,000 words long. And it is a salesman in print, or in this case, a salesman online. And it is your greatest salesman. Why? Because you can send it anywhere in the world. It never sleeps. It never has a lunch break. And it gives the perfect presentation every single time. So what do I mean by the perfect presentation? Well, number one, it tells your story. So how did you discover the system? You know, who are you and why should the reader believe anything that you have to say? So how did you discover your system? Yeah. What challenges do you have in creating your system? Then it outlines what the system is. So what is the opportunity? What's the mechanism to achieve the result that you promise? And then it says, this is what I have to offer. This is what I'm, so whether it's a 2-day workshop, whether it's an online course, whether it's a mentorship program, it says, this is what I have to offer. Here's some social proof of people who have actually done this to change their life. Now let me take away all the risk. Let me answer any objections that you have. And this is the key thing. Sales page answers objections before they come up. Yeah, because guess what? You're not there in person to answer the objections. And then it gives people an opportunity to buy. So why would you need a sales page? Why do you need 2 sales vehicles? Well, you need a sales page because there are plenty of people that won't attend webinars. So of your email database, probably 10% will register for the webinar. And again, 60% of the people that register won't attend. So you've got to send them to something else. The other advantage of a sales page is that people can read it when it's convenient for them. So, your webinar might be at 8 p.m., but they might want to read the sales page at 10 o'clock in the morning, or 6 o'clock in the morning, or 10 p.m. at night, whenever's convenient for them. They can do that. They can read as much as they want before making the decision to buy. They can reread parts of the sales page if they want to. So it's more convenient for them. So that's day 2 of the campaign. Send your database to the sales page. And what happens on day 3? You send them some social proof. You say, hey, look, other people just like you have used this system to change their life. So of course, the best social proof is a video. So you send them to a video, and then at the end of the video, there's a button that appears. Only at the end, not beforehand, there's a button that appears that says, if you want to know more about this opportunity, click here. Where does it take them? To the long copy sales page. So then then we're back into this section here, which is registration for a second webinar. So why do you have a second webinar? Because so many people couldn't or didn't attend the first webinar. So you're giving more value even in the sales part of the sequence. And then the last 3 days, so after the webinar, the last 3 days are driving people to the sales page, using social proof to make people know that, yes, they can use this to change their life when, of course, they take action. And then you're just reminding them of the deadline because this is a campaign. There's an open and shut window. So there are 2 sales vehicles in this campaign. One is the long copy sales page and one is the webinar. But what's the one thing that makes the biggest difference? In fact, what's the one thing that has doubled the success of every campaign I've ever run? It is the long copy sales page. So what's the magic fairy dust in all of this? The one thing that makes everything work, everything more effective. What's that one thing? It's storytelling, telling your stories, telling the stories of the people that you've helped. Yeah. So if you use this, what results can you expect? Well, the most successful campaign that I've ever run made £673,000. Yeah. I've run numerous campaigns in multiple industries, and every single time I've made 6 figures. So what does 6 figures look like? It can be £166,000. It can be £250,000. I'm not going to lie. £673,000, that is the outlier. But that's the star that you should be aiming for. What's the star that I'm aiming for? I'm aiming for £1 million campaign. That's what I want to achieve. Yeah. And I know how to do it. Yeah. So you can do this too. You can use this to turn your email database into a six-figure campaign. Now you know how to do it, you've just got to do it. You've just got to make the time to do it. Now, if you're thinking, Roland, this sounds great, I would like to learn more of the step-by-step, well, below this video, there will be a link where you can get my book called How to Turn Your Expertise into Cash. And in that book, it outlines this system in more detail so that you can literally go, right, step 1, do this, step 2, do this, step 3, do this. So if you're interested, please click the link below. The book's completely free, so download my ebook. If you'd like some help, drop me an email. My email is roland.eva@rolandeva.co.uk, and I would love to help you with this process. And if you found this useful, please leave a comment below. And until next time, carpe diem.